May 13th of this year, I uploaded what I thought would have been the last uniform/logo update video of the 2020 NFL offseason. But little did we all know people would get their pussies hurt and urge the Redskins to change their name. I'm going to try my absolute best in this video to stay as far away from politics as I can, because that is one of the quickest ways to burn your channel to the ground, is to involve politics. Unless your channel is solely based on politics, which this one isn't. Let's just get into this. Alright, so the Washington Redskins, that's right, I said it, Redskins, they're changing their name because white people are offended by it. The Redskins have said that they're dropping the Redskins name and they're going to change it. They want to change it. They want to honor, this is the kick, right? With the new name, which they haven't revealed yet, all right, or we're about to show the temporary name, but the permanent name that they've yet to reveal, they want it to honor Native Americans, which is exactly what the purpose of the name Redskins was supposed to be, to honor Native Americans. It's laughable. It's so laughable. What you're looking at now is what was the name of the football team from 1932 all the way up until this year. So, kind of ridiculous, but let's just get into this. All right, so the Washington Redskins today announced their official temporary name change that they will be using all throughout the 2020 NFL season. The name, ladies and gentlemen, is the Washington Football Team. For all of 2020, the Washington Football Team's name is the Washington Football Team. It's so laughable. It's such a joke. It's seriously so bad. The Washington Football Team. That is what we are going to be calling this team for this upcoming season. For an entire season, they're just going to be called the Washington Football Team. It's pathetic. I mean, I get it. Legal issues, trademarks. You can't just get a new name in a month, you know? It takes a long time to get that shit written down and all, but honestly, what you should have done, and what I thought they were going to do, was keep it the Redskins for this upcoming season, and then change it afterward. Well, what I thought was going to happen, which I was completely wrong on. So, my prediction was that they were going to just keep it the Redskins for this season, tell people, oh, we have to keep it because of legal issues or whatever, and then when all the election bullshit blows over, people are just magically going to forget that the Redskins name is offensive, right? So, I thought they'd just be able to get away with keeping them the Redskins that way, but I guess not. So, for one season, they'll be the Washington Football Team. It's pathetic. And I do want to mention, this is the busiest day for sports news in 2020 so far. You have Washington Football Team. You have the brand new NHL expansion team announcing their name, the Kraken. And then you have MLB opening day is today. First baseball game of the 2020 season on July 23rd. All right, I'm just going to show you the logos. So here's the primary logo. W. Alright, so let's go to the wordmark logo now, okay? Washington Football Team established 1932. I mean, this is it. I mean, that's their logo for this year. This entire season. This is what they're going to be seeing on the field and all that bullshit. Like, come on. This is like what you'd see in a soccer league, alright? Washington FC. It just makes you laugh. So anyways, back to my points. Walter Witzel. He's not the man who created the name Redskins, but he is the man who created the Redskins logo with the Native American and the coin, you know what I'm saying? He is the reason for this logo. He is a Native American. Let me read this for you. He was the president of the National Congress of American Indians, all right? He was friends with President John F. Kennedy, Montana Senator Mike Mansfield, and others within government circles, okay? Those connections, I'm just reading exactly what it says, gave Witzel the clout to approach the NFL team in Washington with a proposal in 1971. Well, what was his proposal, right? Was it, hey, you should remove the Redskins because I think that's racist because I'm a Native American? No, his proposal was that he wanted to remove the R from the team's helmets and replace it with an image of a Native American. At this time, Native American activists sought to protect their legal rights and religious freedoms and restore tribal land. Walter Wetzel viewed the helmet design as a way to promote his people and shine a spotlight on those causes. I just think it's retarded because the logo was created by a Native American for the sole purpose of honoring Native Americans. I just don't understand. I really fail to comprehend how anybody can think that is under the definition of racism. When has the Redskins ever said, oh, look, we have a Native American logo because we're racist or because we think that our race is superior to theirs? Never. It's retarded. And in fact, hold on. This logo here of the Native American, that Native American in the logo is Walter Wetzel. That is his face. I'm just having a hard time trying to figure out how people think it's racist. This comes from the Washington Post in 2016. We all know that the Washington Post is a pretty biased media source, way more than likely anti-Redskins, okay? They conducted a poll via telephone to 504 Native American adults living in the DC area. Okay? The question of the poll was, the professional football team in Washington calls itself the Washington Redskins. As a Native American, do you find that name offensive or does it bother you? 90% of Native Americans said it does not bother them. They are not offended by it. Again, this is coming from the Washington Post. 9 out of every 10 Native Americans living in DC are not offended by this name. This year in 2020, there are other articles that have come out that said, oh, well, new studies show that more Native Americans are offended than we previously thought. It's like, shut the fuck up. Please, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck what those polls say. Of course, those polls are going to be coming out in 2020. Why didn't they come out in 2016? Give me a fucking break. I haven't seen a single Native American online, on social media, Twitter, news. I haven't seen a single Native American saying, oh, this is so racist. This is so offensive. The only people I've seen saying it's racist is white people. That's just the way I've seen it. If there was like a football team, right, with a white guy as the logo and a name that was supposed to represent and honor the white race, all right, I'm saying this because I'm white, I would not be in the slightest offended by it at all. I don't think white people would be either. I think I speak on behalf of most white people when I say that. So I don't understand why white people are the ones saying that Native Americans are offended by the Redskins. I'm not trying to spark political arguments. I am just trying to prove points and to show you why I think this is all a load of horse shit. So one last time, here's a good look at it. The Washington football team for 2020. The Washington football team. Hail to the football team. When I ask a Redskins fan, hey, what team do you support? They have to say, the football team. Hey, bro, what team do you like? What team do you follow in the NFL? The football team. And I guarantee you I'm going to keep calling them the Redskins. Not because that's my way of rebelling against the new name, but because it's just, I've grown up with them being the Redskins, and it's just my instinct to call them that. Now let's go ahead and look at the uniforms here. These are going to be the uniforms for the 2020 season. It's basically exactly what they had, except instead of Redskins across the front, it just says Washington. Alright, these are the home uniforms, by the way. And then here's the away uniforms. Here you can take a better look at the helmet here. It just has the player's number on the helmet. And, again, Washington instead of Redskins. So, those are the uniforms there. And the Redskins did say that Fanatics will be selling Washington football team merch soon. Just for the fuck of it, I might have to just get something because it's hilarious. It's only going to last one season, and it'll kind of be a time capsule almost. Like, it'll be a piece of history, you know? I kind of want something just because of how ridiculous that is. I guess with that being said, this is going to do it for this video. Honestly, I don't think, has there ever been a rename? Well, when was the last time a football team in the NFL was renamed? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the last time that a team changed its nickname in the NFL had to have been the Tennessee Oilers when they changed it to the Titans in 1999, I think it was. So, first time in 2 decades that a team has changed their nickname. And this will also be the first time ever that a team that has previously won the Super Bowl will no longer technically exist, like the name, of course. So, I mean, the Redskins, I think, have 3 Super Bowls under them. So, and now they're just not a team anymore. So, whatever they end up being, it's going to be a name that represents and honors Native Americans, even though they already had that in the first place. But I'll see you next year when that news comes out. But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Let me know your opinions on it. Is it offensive? No, it isn't. But if you think it is, tell me why. All right. I'm going to get out of here, man. Thanks for watching.